जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय गोपी जना वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी। जय गोपी जना वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी। जय यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजना। यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजना। यमुना तीरवनचारी। यमुना तीरवनचारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय गोपी जना वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी। जय यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजना। यमुना तीरवनचारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे। हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे। हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे। हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे। हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। जय राधा श्याम सुंदर राधा श्याम सुंदर श्री राधे। जय कृष्ण बलराम जय कृष्ण बलराम कृष्ण बलराम जय वृंदावन धाम। जय गौरनिताय 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 जय गौरनिताय। जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय शिल प्रभुपाद। निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल। जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर सरस्वती डिवाइन ग्रेस जय चरणारविंद भक्तिवेदांत महाराज स्वामी शिला प्रभुपाद की जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर सरस्वती डिवाइन ग्रेस शिला भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी महाराज शिला प्रभुपाद की अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की नामाचार्य शिला हरदास ठाकुर की प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि श्री गौर भक्त वृंद की श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की ब्रजभूमि श्री वृंदावन धाम की नवद्वीप श्री मायापुर धाम की पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र श्री जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की गंगा माई जमुना माई की सामवेद गौर भक्त वृंद की निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे। ऑल ग्लोरीज टू द assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories, all glories, all glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. Gaur Hari Bol. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna. Today we are reading from 10th canto. This is chapter 80. The chapter is entitled Sudama Visits Lord Kṛṣṇa. Today we have to take 3 shlokas from slok 43 to 45. There is purport in text 44, so we will recite that. Text 44. Shri Brahmana Uvacha Kimasmabhir Anirvritam Deva Deva Jagadguro Bhavata Satyakamena Yesham Vaso Gurorabhut. Here it is guror, in some version it is gura also. Kimasmabhir anirvritam Deva Deva Jagadguro Bhavata Satyakamena Yesham Vaso Gurorabhut. Shri Brahmana Uvacha Kimasmabhir anirvritam Deva Deva Jagadguro Bhavata Satyakamena Yesham Vaso Gurorabhut. Shri Brahmana Uvacha Kimasmabhir anirvritam देवदेव जगद्गुरो भवता सत्यकामेन येषां वासो गुरोरभूत्। श्रीब्राह्मण उवाच किमस्माभिः अनिर्वृतं देवदेव जगद्गुरो भवता सत्यकामेन येषां वासो गुरोरभूत्। श्रीब्राह्मण उवाच माता जी। श्री ब्राह्मण उवाच किमस्माभिरनिर्वृतं देवदेव जगद्गुरो भवता सत्यकामेन येषां वासो गुरोरभूत्। Word meaning. Shri Brahmana Uvacha. The Brahmana said, Kim, what? Asmabhihi, by us. Anirvritam, not achieved. Devadeva, O Lord of Lords. Jagat, of the universe. Guru, O spiritual master. Bhavata, with you. Satya, fulfilled. Kamena, all whose desires. Yesham, whose. Vasaha, residence. Guroḥ, at the home of the spiritual master. Abhut, translation and purport. Translation. The Brahman said, what could I possibly have failed to achieve, O Lord of Lords, O spiritual, O universal teacher, since I was able to personally live with you, whose every desire is fulfilled at the home of our spiritual master. Purport. Sudama Brahman wisely understand his extraordinary good fortune of having lived with Sri Kṛṣṇa at the residence of their spiritual master. Thus, whatever external difficulties they experienced were actually an expression of the Lord's mercy to teach the importance of service to the spiritual master. Srila Prabhupada renders the learned Brahmana's feeling as follows. Sudama said, my dear Kṛṣṇa, you are the Supreme Lord and the Supreme Spiritual Master of everyone. And since I was fortunate enough to live with you in the house of our Guru, I think I have nothing more to do in the matter of prescribed Vedic duties. Gurave Gaurachandraya Radhikaye Tadhalaye Kṛṣṇāya Kṛṣṇa Bhaktaya Tadbhaktaya Namo Namaha. हे श्री सनातन प्रभो करुणाम्बराशे हे रूप दुर्गत जनैक दयावलोक हे भट्टयुग्म सुमते रघुनाथ दास श्री जीव में कुरुत मंदमतेर्दयांतरात् यत्कीर्तनं यस्मरणं यदीक्षणं यद्वन्दनं यच्छ्रवणं यदर्हणम् लोकस्य सद्यो विधुनोति कल्मषं तस्मै सुभद्राश्रवसे नमो नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामी इति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे यो अन्तः प्रविश्य मम वाचमिमां प्रसुप्तां सञ्जीवयत्यखिलशक्तिधरस्वधाम्ना अन्यांश हस्तचरणश्रवणत्वगादीन् प्राणान् नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यं हृदयस्य प्रेरणया प्रवर्तितोऽहं वराकरूपोऽपि तस्य हरे पदकमलं वन्दे श्रीचैतन्यदेवस्य। Hare Krishna. So here we are discussing the pastime of Sudama Brahman visiting Lord Kṛṣṇa. Sanatana Goswami in his Brihad Vaishnava Toshini, he informs that actually in the 10th canto, for the first 55 chapters, the chronological order of the events have been maintained. Basically the first 40 chapters of the 10th canto, they describe the Vrindavan Leela. The next 10 chapters describe the Mathura Leela. So in these more or less almost till 55 chapters, the chronological sequence of the events have been maintained by Sukadeva Goswami. He tells that there are two types of events in the 10th canto. One is Smriti and the other is Sfurti. Smriti means consciously remembered pastimes, and Sfurti means spontaneously recollected pastimes. So, when it comes to the first 55 chapters, Sukadeva Goswami is speaking from Smriti. He is remembering consciously the pastimes and speaking. So, they are in chronological order. But as the canto flows, Sukadeva Goswami gets more and more absorbed into the pastimes of Kṛṣṇa. He feels more and more ecstatic while speaking about the pastimes of the Kṛṣṇa, and becomes so absorbed that he alienates himself from the linear chronology that is flowing in the 10th canto. For example, after describing the marriage of Rukmini, he should have described the marriage of other queens with Kṛṣṇa. But rather than describing that, he starts describing about the sons of Rukmini. So the chronology is broken there. Similarly, for this event also, Sudama visiting Kṛṣṇa, it is not very clear that when exactly this event happened. Whether it happened before the Kurukshetra war or after Kurukshetra war. But whatever be the case, this pastime actually represents the Bhakta Vatsalyata of the Lord. How much the Lord loves his devotees and how much the devotees love the Lord. So in this Sudama Brahman, he is the friend of the Kṛṣṇa, childhood friend of the Kṛṣṇa. But his friendship also has the knowledge of the greatness of Kṛṣṇa. We see the nature of the Dwarka Parikar is like this only. Their relationship also has the knowledge of the greatness of the Kṛṣṇa. In the Ram Leela also we see Lord Ramchandra. He has friends like Sugriv, Vibhishan. They are the friends of Lord Ramchandra. But their friendship is also imbued with the knowledge of the greatness of Kṛṣṇa. So here also Sudama Brahman is very well aware of the position of Kṛṣṇa. And he comes to the home of the Kṛṣṇa and to the palace of Kṛṣṇa, and Kṛṣṇa gives a very warm welcome to Sudama. Kṛṣṇa, as soon as he sees Sudama from a very far distance, actually at that time Rukmini Devi was serving Lord Kṛṣṇa. Rukmini has a large number of servants, but she personally likes to serve Kṛṣṇa. She personally wants to feed Kṛṣṇa, personally wants to do chamar for Kṛṣṇa. So at that time Rukmini Devi was serving Kṛṣṇa. But Kṛṣṇa, as soon as he saw that my dear friend Sudama has come, from a long distance he saw and he started running towards Sudama. And he ran towards Sudama and he embraced Sudama and gave him a very warm welcome. He invited him within his house. So we see the Lord is very much affectionate to the Brahmanas. He is very affectionate to the cow. That is why one of the name of the Lord is Brahmanya Dev. Namo Brahmanya Devaya Go Brahmanya Hitaya Cha Jagadhitaya Krishnaya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Lord appears for the benefit of the Brahmans, so he is called Brahmanya Dev. And he also likes the cows. He is called Gopal, he is called Govind, he tames the cows. So he likes the Brahmanas. Earlier also we have seen that when Rukmini Devi, she has sent a letter with a Brahmana That time also Kṛṣṇa very well received that Brahmana. He received him with great warmth and with great love. And then when he also served the Brahmanas, it is mentioned, that Brahmana it is mentioned there. And he asked him relevant questions. And so we see that Kṛṣṇa respects the Brahmanas. Kṛṣṇa takes care of the Brahmanas. So what to say of the Brahmana who is his childhood friend? Why will not Kṛṣṇa take care of him? Why will Kṛṣṇa not love him? So Kṛṣṇa called him inside and then made him sit on his own couch, on his own bed, and started washing the feet of Sudama. And all the while the tears were flowing from his eyes. So we can see very well that who is Kṛṣṇa? Kṛṣṇa is such a Lord. The lotus feet, the water that washes the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord, he is purifying the entire world. In the third canto it is mentioned, Yacha janishrit sarit pravarodakena tirthena murdhyandikritena shiva shivo bhut dhyatur manah shamala shaila nishishta vajram dhyayet chiram bhagavatas charanāravindam. Dhyayet chirat bhagavatas charanāravindam. We should long to meditate on the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord. What is so special about the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord? The water that washes the the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord, Ganga, it is pravarodakena, it is the best of the water. It is tirtha, it purifies all the living entities. What to say of purifying others? It even purifies Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva. Shiva means auspicious. Shiva means auspicious. So Lord Shiva has gained his quality of auspiciousness because of holding the water that washes the lotus feet on his head. So he is called as Shiva. And one who meditates on those lotus feet, the mountains of the sins are destroyed by them. So like that the glories of the lotus feet of the Lord is told. The glories of the water, Ganga, that washes the lotus feet of the Lord is told. And that very Supreme Lord is washing the feet of Sudama. So we can see the Bhakta Vatsalyata, how much the Lord loves his devotees. He kept aside his royal position as a prince. Actually, he was a prince in Dwarka. He was not the king. But in actual sense, he was Raja Rajeshwar. He was the builder of the kingdoms. He used to make the kings like that. But in the Leela, he was just a prince in Dwarka. But actually, he was Rajeshwar. He was the builder of the kings. He is the supreme personality of Godhead. He left aside all those considerations. He left aside all the consideration that this Brahman Sudama is very poor. He is not having enough food to eat. He is not having proper place to live in. His clothes are torn, tattered. He left aside all those considerations and only considered that Sudama is my friend, so I have to serve him. So this event shows the Bhakta Vatsalyata of the Lord. And in the course of his talking with Sudama, Lord Kṛṣṇa is remembering various pastimes that happened in the Gurukul, particularly one pastimes where Sudama and Kṛṣṇa, they went to fetch the firewood for Sandipani Muni's wife, the Guru Mata. And in the midst of all that, it started raining. So now in today's 43rd number shlok that we have to cover, he is talking about, he is concluding his talks. So text 43 we will read. Itthaṁ-vidhāny anekāni vasatāṁ guru-veśmani guror anugraheṇaiva pumān pūrṇaḥ praśāntaye. Lord Kṛṣṇa continued, we had many similar experiences while living in our spiritual master's home. Simply by the grace of the spiritual master, a person can fulfill life's purpose and attain eternal peace. So he is saying, itthaṁ-vidhāny anekāni vasatāṁ guru-veśmani. Guru-veśmani vasatāṁ. While living in our Gurukul, itthaṁ-vidhāny anekāni. We had similar so many pastimes like this. And then he is concluding, guroḥ anugraheṇaiva. Only by the mercy of Guru. Eva means only by the mercy of the Guru, pumān, a vyakti, pūrṇaḥ praśāntaye. A living entity, he becomes pūrṇa, complete, and praśāntaye, he becomes completely peaceful. So pūrṇaḥ and praśāntaye, he is telling that by the mercy of Guru only. The word ev is very important, only. only by the mercy of Guru, entity becomes pūrṇaḥ, complete, and praśāntaye, means he becomes completely peaceful. So Jiva Goswami mentions that the word pūrṇaḥ means complete. Complete means all his desires get fulfilled by the service of Guru. Je prasade pure sarva asha. All the desires of the living entities gets fulfilled when he gets the mercy of the spiritual master. When one serves the spiritual master without any reservation, then miracles start happening in the life of the devotee. We have seen many examples. Radhachandra Prabhu was telling about Aruni and Dhaumya Rishi. So Dhaumya Rishi, he had two very faithful disciples. One was Aruni and there was Upamanyu. So this Aruni, he was so faithful to his guru that whatever his guru used to say, immediately he used to execute. So once there was a breach in the water course in the ashram that was leading to the flooding of the ashrams. And this breach was so big that it was not to be repaired. The Dhaumya Rishi sent his disciples to repair it, but none of them were successful. They came back. Finally, Dhaumya Rishi said Aruni that you go and execute it. So he went there and he tried many ways to fix that breach in the water course, but he was also not able to do that because the breach was so big to repair. So finally he decided, seeing the urgency that how the water was flooding the ashram, seeing the urgency, he himself put his body over the breach and sat there, stopping the water coming out. After some time, Dhaumya Rishi, he went there and started to call, Aruni, Aruni, where are you, where are you? He said, I am here, Gurudev, I am here. Where are you? I am not able to see. On the breach. I am sitting on the breach, lying on the breach. So Dhaumya Rishi saw that Aruni was covering the breach with his own body, not allowing the water to come out. So he became very satisfied and pleased by the attitude of Aruni, that how much he is willing to sacrifice, he is ready to sacrifice his own body for the cause of Guru. So he blessed Aruni that may all the Vedic knowledge be revealed within your heart. And he gave the name Uddalak to Aruni. So like that, there are many pastimes where disciples have received benedictions from the Guru after fulfilling their orders. One more disciple of Shankaracharya, his name was Sanandan. One of the disciples of Shankaracharya, his name was Sanandan. He was very loyal to his spiritual master. So one fine day, he was drying the clothes of Shankaracharya on the back of Ganga. And in the midst of all this, Shankaracharya all of a sudden called him. He called for his clothes. Where are my clothes? I want my clothes. But he was on the other side of Ganga. And he is on this side of Ganga and taking care of the clothes of his spiritual master. So Shankaracharya called, where are my clothes? I want my clothes immediately. As soon as he heard the words of Shankaracharya, immediately he put the clothes of Shankaracharya on his chest and he started running towards him. He did not even notice that there is a mighty Ganga in between. But as he started walking into the water, to the surprise of the onlookers, some lotuses started coming out of the water of Ganga. And those lotuses supported this Sanandan's weight and prevented him from drowning. So later he got the name Padmapad because the lotus emerged under his feet. So he got the name Padmapad. Similarly, one more disciple of Shankaracharya, his name was Giri. He was considered to be fool by all the God brothers. But he used to serve his spiritual master very loyally. So one fine day, Shankaracharya, he was about to give class and he was sitting on the Vyasasana and all the disciples were there. But this Giri was busy in the service of the spiritual master. So all the disciples, they waited for some time. Shankaracharya told that, let us wait for some time, let Giri also come. Then we will start our lesson. So they waited for some time, but still Giri did not come. So all the disciples, they urged that Shripad, what is the need to wait for him? Teaching to him is a sheer waste of time. Let us start our lessons. He said, no, we will wait. And he decided that now the Giri should become should have the knowledge of the Vedic scripture. So from his mind only he transferred the knowledge to Giri. So as soon as Giri came to the assembly, he fell down at the feet of Shankaracharya and he started reciting beautiful poetry in the praise of Adi Shankaracharya. So it was in a very difficult meter that is called Totak. And so later he became known as Totakacharya because he made the poetry in the Totak meter. That is very difficult. Although it's very beautiful, but it's very difficult. Bhava Shankara Dehi Me Sharanam, something like that. He made that 8 stanzas. So point is that when gets this mercy of the spiritual master, all the things that one wants gets automatically accomplished. Her Grace Devi Shakti Mataji very nicely told yesterday about how the disciples of Prabhupada, they risked their life for the orders of the Prabhupada. Day before yesterday she was telling. So pūrṇaḥ, a living entity becomes pūrṇaḥ. All his desires become complete when one serves the orders of the spiritual master without any reservation and gets his mercy. Then second thing is praśāntaye. Praśānta, he gets completely peaceful. Jiva Goswami mentions that praśānta means that he attains the highest happiness. He attains the epitome of all the happiness. He gets freedom from the material world, liberation, and he attains the realization of Kṛṣṇa. This is the second thing. So he attains the freedom from the material world, liberation, and he attains the realization of Kṛṣṇa. So you see, there are two things, knowledge and realization. Knowledge means the philosophy, the bookish knowledge, and realization means the realized knowledge. Jnana and Vijnana. Jnana means knowledge and Vijnana means the realized knowledge. For example, all of us have knowledge that we are not this body, we are spirit souls. But do we have the realization? Most often we find ourselves looped up into the bodily conceptions of life. Correct, right? So we have the realization. So how does this realization come about? So this realization comes about, he is telling praśāntaye, that this realization of the absolute, realization of the knowledge that we are reading comes about by the service to the spiritual master. In the third canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, there is a conversation between Vidur and Maitreya. There, Vidur is telling Maitreya, Artha bhavam vinischitya prati tasyapi natmanaha tam chapi yushmacharana sevayaham paranude. I am very grateful to you, O Maitreya Muni, for because of your mercy, I have come to know that although this material world appears to be with substance, but actually it is not. It does not has the pleasure which appears to be in it. But I haven't realized it. But I am very sure by the service of your lotus feet, tam chapi yushmat charana sevaya. By the service of your lotus feet, I will be able to realize this very fact that the pleasures of this material world, they are false. And not only that, yat sevaya bhagavatah kutasthasya madhudvisha ratiraso bhavet tivra padayor vyasanardanaha. Not only that I will be able to realize the falsity of the pleasures of this material world, but also I will be able to get the feeling, the bhava for the Supreme Lord. Yat sevaya bhagavatah, by the service unto your lotus feet, I will get bhagavatah madhudvishaha, that Bhagavan who is the enemy of the madhud demon, who is kutasthasya, who is unchangeable, who drives away all the miseries of the living entities, vasanardanaha, I will be able to get tivram ratirasaha. Tivra ratirasa means intense attachment for the lotus feet of the Lord. So it is mentioned there in the purport Prabhupada mentioned, intense attachment to the lotus feet of the Lord means intense attachment to the Lord in one of the five mellows, Shantaras, Dasharas, Sakhiras, Vatsalras or Madhuryaras. So that by the service to the spiritual master, not only one understands the falsity of the pleasures of this material world, but also one gets the attachment unto the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord in one of the five rasas. So this realization comes by the service of the spiritual master. These two realizations, liberation from the miseries of the material world and attainment of the bhava for the Supreme Lord. It comes by the service to the spiritual master. There it is told, pūrṇaḥ praśāntaye. Otherwise, if we do not do that, then we may have a lot of knowledge. We may quote the verses left, right, center, top, bottom. We may be able to give very good spiritual discourses as well. But we will not have the realization of what we are speaking. We all have the desire to enjoy the things of this material world, to lord over the material nature. All those desires are continuously popping up within the heart of the conditioned living entities. These desires, continuously popping desires, they are compared to the waves of the river. Just like in a river, the waves never subside. Always the waves are there. Always some of the other waves come. Once one wave subsides, another wave pops up. But once this river starts meeting the ocean at the junction, the oceanic waves, they are so big, they are so huge, they subdue the waves of the river. Similarly, when we make our desire, material desire, merge the desire of the spiritual master. The desire of the spiritual master to serve the Lord are like oceanic waves. They will subdue our little petty desires to enjoy the things of this material world. This is the mercy of the spiritual master. This is the result of the service to the spiritual master. One gets the realization of the knowledge. One gets realization of the fact that one is reading. Otherwise, without that, the knowledge is of no use. It is just like the decoration of the old body, and decoration of dead body. Apranasya dehasya mandanam lokaranjanam. Imagine we go to the doctor and get a prescription from him. We get a medicine prescription. We go to the pharmaceutical shop, purchase that medicine, and this is the very right medicine that will cure our disease. But we'll take this medicine and put it on the shelf. So what is the use of that medicine? So the philosophy without realization, the knowledge without realization is something like that only. It comes to use only when we serve the lotus feet of the spiritual master. So pūrṇaḥ and praśāntaye, two words are there in this shloka. Now after this, the Brahman Sudama, he starts speaking, and he is saying, Kim asmabhir anirvritam deva jagat guru bhavata satyakamena yesham vaso guroḥ abhūt. That what is there left for me to attain? Kim asmabhi anirvritam. Nirvritam means happiness. Anirvritam means unhappiness or something that is left to be attained. Kim asmabhi. What is there for me to attain? For I have attained yesam vashah guroḥ abhūt. I have got your association in the Gurukul. So here Sudama Brahman is concluding. He is answering. In short, he is answering the whatever Kṛṣṇa has said. He is answering to that I have no desires that are left unfulfilled. What is the reason he is telling? Because I have got your association. And who are you? You are Deva, Jagat Guru, and Satyakamena. Three adjectives are being used for Kṛṣṇa. Deva. Deva means Deva of the Deva, Lord of the Lords, God of the Gods. There are many demigods, but you are the God of all those demigods. You are the supreme Deva. In this material world, people may worship some here and there demigods, here and there people. They may be Vedic or non-Vedic. But all the demigods, they worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So one of the name of the Lord is, Kṛṣṇa is Deva. Throughout Srimad Bhagavatam we see that whenever the demigods, they are in problems and nobody is able to help them, they approach the Supreme Lord. They start praying to the Supreme Lord. Sometimes they approach to the ocean, milk ocean, and there they pray to the Supreme Lord with Purusha Shukta prayers. In the 10th canto also it is mentioned in the very first chapter that there also this word is used. Deva, Jagannatha, like that, their slokams. So Deva means he is the God of the gods. So people in this world, they may worship some here and there demigods. But all the demigods, they worship Deva. So this goes to show that he is the most powerful, Deva. So what Sudama wants to say by this word is that actually you're going to the Gurukul and there faithfully carrying out the orders of your spiritual master Sandipadi Muni is just for the purpose of teaching to others. You do not need to go to the ashram of your spiritual master, and there also carrying the order of the spiritual master, and going to the forest to collect the firewood, and there tolerating the violent storms, violent wind, strong rains. You have tolerated all that just to teach everybody a lesson. Actually, you do not need to do this. You do not need to tolerate the forces of nature, because the demigods who control the forces of the nature, they worship you. One of the shlok in 3rd canto Kapil Dev says, Mat bhayat vati vatoyam suryastapati mat bhayat varshati indro dhati agni mrityuscharati mat bhayat vati vatoyam. It is because of my fear that the wind is blowing. Suryastapati mat bhayat. The sun is shining because of my fear. The Indra is sending forth the rain because of my fear. Dahati Agni. The Agni is burning because of my fear. The death is taking its toll, killing everybody because of my fear. So all these forces of the nature, they fear Kṛṣṇa. They are acting because of fear of Kṛṣṇa. So why do Kṛṣṇa has to tolerate the forces of nature like storms and rain? So Sudama is telling this is just your Leela because you are Deva Deva. Like that. Then Jagat Guru. Jagat Guru. You are the spiritual master of the entire world. Jagat means the world. Guru means the preceptor, the spiritual master of the entire world. So actually, Kṛṣṇa is the original Guru. He is the propounder of the Vedas. Vedascha sarve aham eva vedyo Vedanta krit. I am Vedanta krit, he says. I am the creator of the Vedas. And he is the propounder of the Vedas. He is the propounder of the Vedic Dharma, the Bhagavad Dharma. You see in Srimad Bhagavatam, many places Kṛṣṇa is doing pravachan. Kṛṣṇa is telling about Bhagavad Dharma. So he is the Guru. He is the Jagat Guru, the Guru of the entire world. Because he is the creator of the Vedas, propounder of the Vedas. He protects the Vedic knowledge. And he only gave the knowledge, Vedic knowledge, in the heart of Brahma at the dawn of the creation. He is the original Guru, Adi Guru. He is Jagat Guru. Tene Brahma Hridaya Adi Kave. He gave the knowledge to Brahma at the dawn of the creation. So he is called as Jagat Guru. So Sudama Brahman is telling, you are Jagat Guru. You are the spiritual master of the entire world. Why do you need to accept a Guru? This is just one of your Leela, one of your pastime. To teach others, you are accepting a Guru. So Kṛṣṇa is the original Guru. It is also said, Kṛṣṇam Vande Jagat Guru. So Kṛṣṇa is the original Guru. All the spiritual masters in this world, they, genuine spiritual master, they come in the disciplic succession that originates from Kṛṣṇa. Kṛṣṇa is the fountainhead of all the disciplic, genuine disciplic successions. And all the spiritual master who come in those disciplic succession, they only speak the message that is given by Kṛṣṇa. Then only they are genuine spiritual masters. Otherwise, they are not. Kṛṣṇa only gives the power to the speech of the spiritual master that it becomes effective to the hearts of the conditioned souls. Actually, Kṛṣṇa only makes the speech of the spiritual master effective so as to become appealing to the hearts of the living entities of this world. Prabhupada writes this in the poem which he wrote on the Boston Harbor. He says, Akhila Jagata Guru Vachana Se Amar Alankrita Korivare Chamata Tuma. That you are Akhila Jagat Guru. You are the spiritual master of the entire world. I will simply speak. Now you have the capacity to make my words appealing to these people. Like that. So it is only by the mercy of Kṛṣṇa that the spiritual master's word, they become effective in affecting the hearts of the conditioned soul. So he is called as Jagat Guru. One more meaning of the word Jagat Guru is that in the Vedic context, the term Guru is not only used for the spiritual preceptor. The word Guru is also used for anyone who is more advanced than you, who is respected in the society, who is the well-wisher. Like for example, the parents, they are also called Guru many times in the Vedic context. The parents, mother, father, they are also called Guru. The teacher who teaches even the material education is also called as Guru. So Jagat Guru actually means the well-wisher, and all of them, they are well-wishers. The father, mother, the material teachers even, and the spiritual master is, of course, they are the well-wishers. So one of the meaning of the word Jagat Guru is that you are the well-wisher of the entire cosmic manifestation. Then the third word that is used, Satyakam. Satyakam means Satya Sankalp. All the desires of the Lord, they are already fulfilled. This is called Satyakam. Whenever the Yog Maya potency of the Lord sees that some desire is going to arise in the heart of Kṛṣṇa, immediately she fulfills. That is why none of his desires, they are left unfulfilled. All his desires are fulfilled. It is not that first a desire comes in the heart of Kṛṣṇa and then it is fulfilled. No. A desire comes in the heart of Kṛṣṇa and he sees that it is fulfilled. This is the meaning of Satyakam. All his desires are already fulfilled. Whenever some desire comes, he sees that the desire is fulfilled. But this is not the case in this material world. people in this material world, they are asatyakam. None of their or very few of their desires are fulfilled. From morning to night, people in this material world, they have plethora of desires. But very few or none of them get fulfilled. The state of the affairs is that whenever some desires get fulfilled, people celebrate. Today my desire got fulfilled. This itself shows that fulfillment of desires in this material world is unnatural. So actually, it depends upon the prarabdha of the living entity. If it is there in the prarabdha, the material desires to get fulfilled, then it will get fulfilled. If it is not there in the prarabdha that this particular desire that is coming in the heart of the conditioned soul, it is not there, then it will not get fulfilled. How much hard he may try, he may die for that, but it will not get fulfilled. But if it is there in the prarabdha, then situations will get arranged in such a way that his desires will get fulfilled. And then people tell their success stories. I was loitering in the street, and then I opened a tent shop beside the roadside, and then my business grew, and I became a multimillionaire. So actually it is there in the prarabdha, so it got fulfilled. But the spiritual desires, they depend upon the intensity of the longing. If our intensity is very great, immediately it will get fulfilled. This is about spiritual desires. But for the Lord, all the desires are already fulfilled. So he is called as Satyakam. Now Sanatana Goswami writes that because you are Satyakam, and because you are Jagat Guru, all your desires are already fulfilled, and you are the well-wisher of the entire world. So because I have lived with you in the Gurukul, my all desires are already fulfilled. Satyakam means Kṛṣṇa's all desires are fulfilled. Jagat Guru means well-wisher of the entire world. Because you are Satyakam and Jagat Guru, the desires of your devotees are also fulfilled. And because I have associated with you in the Gurukul, my desires are also fulfilled. So in a secret way, in a disguised way, he is telling Kṛṣṇa that I don't want anything from you. My wife may have sent me for getting some riches from you, from some wealth from you, but I don't want anything. My all the desires are already fulfilled. Kim asmabhi anirvritam. What is there for me to be attained in this world? Already I have attained everything in my life. I do not need anything else. So this is true for Sudama, that he is saying that my all desires are fulfilled. I do not need anything. I don't want to change my condition. I don't want the riches of this world. So this is true for Sudama, but it is also true for all of us as well. Because we also come within this Jagat, and Kṛṣṇa is Jagat Guru. Kṛṣṇa is Jagat Guru, the well-wisher of the entire world. In Bhagavad Gita, there is a slok. भोक्तारम यज्ञ तपसाम सर्वलोक महेश्वरम सुहृदम सर्वभूतानाम ज्ञात्वा माम शांति मृच्छति. Very famous slok. So भोक्तारम यज्ञ तपसाम, he is the beneficiary of all the sacrifices. Sarvalok Maheshwaram, he is the controller of the entire cosmic manifestation. And Suhridam Sarvabhutanam, he is the well-wisher of the entire world. Suhridam Sarvabhutanam, he is not telling Sarvabhaktanam, he is telling Sarvabhutanam. And I am the well-wisher of all the living entities. One should not think that I am not the devotee of the Lord. Is he my well-wisher or not? No, he is the well-wisher of all the living entity. And not only that, he is the well-wisher, he is the supreme controller. He is the supreme controller. Many times we have our well-wishers, but many times situation get out of their control. For example, a child is there and mother is his well-wisher. Now imagine the child falls sick. Now what can the mother do? Mother can at best take care of the child, give him the medicine. But can she take the illness of the child on herself? She cannot do. The people in this world, they may be the well-wishers, but they are not the controllers. But Kṛṣṇa, he is the supreme controller and he is the well-wisher of all the living entity. So a devotee of the Lord who understands this fact, he remains satisfied in all the conditions. He remains comfortable in all the conditions that my well-wisher is the supreme controller. So whatever things are happening in my life is just an orchestration of the Supreme Lord. For example, you get a letter from Prime Minister office, directly from Prime Minister Modi. And he says, my dear, I am very happy with you. I will take care of you from now on. Your problem is my problem. Your happiness is my happiness. Whatever problem comes on you has to pass through Modi. Like that. He writes like that in the letter. So we will feel very confident in life. Now I don't have anything to fear in life. Now Kṛṣṇa is the Prime Minister of all the Prime Ministers. He is Sarvalok Maheshwaram. He is the Supreme Controller. And he is our well-wisher. So that is why, for this reason, a devotee feels confidence in life. That my Supreme Well-wisher is the Supreme Controller. So I do not need to fear anything in my life. Whatever situations are there in my life is just apt for me to get advancement in Kṛṣṇa consciousness. Nothing needs to change in my life. Because Kṛṣṇa is in control and he is my well-wisher. So because this situation, this problem is coming in my life, this goes to show that it has the sanction of Kṛṣṇa. Kṛṣṇa has arranged this situation in my life so that I advance in devotional service. So we also need to be confident because Kṛṣṇa is Jagat Guru, well-wisher, Satyakam. Sudama is telling, no, none of my desires are left to be fulfilled. All my desires are fulfilled and because I have got association in the Gurukul. And finally he concludes in the last shloka. Yasya chandomayam brahma deha avapanam vibho shreyasaṁ tasya gurushu vasotyanta vidambanam. He's telling that yasya chanda mayam brahma deha. She's saying that, O Lord, your very form is the embodiment of all the Vedas. Chandomayam deha. Deha means form. The form of the Supreme Lord is Chandomaya. It is made of all the Vedas. Means his form is full of knowledge. Kṛṣṇa says in Bhagavad Gita, Vedaham samtitani vartamanani charjuna bhavishyani cha bhutani mam tu vedana kaśyana. That he knows everything. He knows the past, present, future, but to him no one knows. So Chandomayam Deha means his form is full of the knowledge. His form is full of the Vedic knowledge. Chandomayam Brahma. So Sudama is telling, you are the very embodiment of the Vedas. The Vedas, they are coming from you. So what is the need for you to go to the Gurukul to learn the Vedas? So he is telling, this is your pastime. Gurusu vasaha atyanta vidambanam. Gurusu vasa. The vasha, the stay in the house of your Guru is vidambanam. It's just for the sake of teaching this world. Vidambanam means leela, pastime. You are doing this leela for teaching the other living entities that everyone has to accept a spiritual master in his life. Even the Supreme Lord comes, he accepts the spiritual master. He wants to teach. Actually, he doesn't need to accept the spiritual master. He is the original spiritual master, Jagat Guru, Adi Guru. What is the need for him to accept a spiritual master? But still he accepts the spiritual master because atyanta vidambanam, for the sake of teaching to the people of this material world. So Kṛṣṇa wants to teach the people of this material world. That is why he follows the rules and regulations. Particularly you see in the Dwarka Leela, he is a very faithful grihastha. He is following the rules and regulations of the Vedas. One of the chapters is fully dedicated what is the daily activities of Kṛṣṇa while he stays in Dwarka. So here he is coming to Gurukul to teach the living entities that we need to accept the spiritual master. If he also does not accept the spiritual master, people will say, Kṛṣṇa is not accepting the spiritual master. Why should we accept the spiritual master? He says in Bhagavad Gita, Yad yad achariti sreshta tatta deve tarojana sayat pramanam kurte lokastad anuvartate. Whatever examples, protocol, the great people in the society, they set, that protocol becomes the standard. People, they follow. Later Kṛṣṇa says, Name parthasti kartavyam trishu lokeshu kinchuna nanavaptam avatavyam vartayeva cha karmani. That I do not have anything to do in this material world. None of my desires are unfulfilled. Still, I walk on the path of the karma to set an example for the others. If I do not set up an example, then people will say, Kṛṣṇa is not doing this. Why should I do? So, atyanta vidambanam. This is the leela of the Lord, pastime of the Lord, to teach the living entities. Then, gurusu vashaha. The word gurushu is in plural. Gurushu is in plural. That your stay in the ashram of gurus. So one of the reason Jiva Goswami says gurusu means that it is out of respect. Sometimes when you have to show respect to others, we use the plural tense. Like in English it is difficult to understand because everyone is you only. The small person is also you, the elder person is also you. But in local languages, there is difference. Sometimes we say tu, some we say tum, sometimes we say aap. Aap wahan ja rahe hain. So it is in plural. So plural is used for giving respect. So because Sandipani Muni is the spiritual master of Kṛṣṇa, so plural is used, gurushu. Another reason can be that Kṛṣṇa, when he comes in other incarnations also, he accepts the gurus. For example, when he came as Lord Ramchandra, he accepted Vishwamitra Muni, Vasishta Muni as his guru. That is why it can be plural. Even in Kṛṣṇa Lila also, he accepted Garga Muni first as his spiritual master. Later, Sandipani Muni. Later, many sages, he took instruction in order to set up an example. So, Gurusu is used in plural. So, Kṛṣṇa wanted to teach that accepting the orders of the spiritual master, accepting the spiritual master in the first case is very important. So, this is to show an example to others. Srila Rupa Goswami in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, he mentions about the 64 limbs of the devotional service. There also, he mentions the very first 3 limbs. He tells that these are an entry to the devotional service. It is the entry to the bhakti. So, first 3 are related to the spiritual master only. Ado Guru Padashraya Tasmat Kṛṣṇa Dikshadi Shikshanam Vishrambhena Guror Seva. So, first one needs to accept the shelter of the spiritual master. Guru Padashraya. This is the first thing. This is the first limb. This is the entry in the devotional service. Second is Kṛṣṇa Dikshadi Shikshanam. Accept Diksha, initiation from the spiritual master. And Shikshanam, learn Bhagavad Dharma, how to practice devotional service from the spiritual master. Kṛṣṇa Dikshadi Shikshanam. And third is Vishrambhena Guror Seva. Vishrambhana, without any reservation, serve the spiritual master. So these are the entry to the devotional service. So Kṛṣṇa is doing this lila of going to Gurukul to set an example, Vidambanam, for the others. Because his very form is made up of Vedas. The Vedas emanate from his very form. So why do he need to go to the Gurukul to learn the Vedas? Because Vidambanam, he wants to teach the others. And one more thing is mentioned about the form of the Supreme Lord. It is Shreyasam Avapanam. Avapanam means the field. Shreyasam means the auspiciousness. Or all the Purusharthas. Dharma, Artha, Kam, Moksha, Bhakti, whatever. His very form is the field of all the auspiciousness, all the Purusharthas. Means all the Purusharthas, all the auspiciousness can be attained when one connects to the form of the Supreme Lord. When one connects to form of the Supreme Lord through Bhakti. So this is one. One more meaning of Chandomayam is told by Jiva Goswami, that Chandomayam means Lord can be known only by the Vedas. Lord cannot be known by one's philosophical mental speculation. He can only be understood by the Vedas. This is one of the meaning of Chandomayam. Nowadays people try to speculate. We went to one of the colleges, there the dean, he was telling, I also have our PhD thesis on Bhagavad Gita. So I said, what is that? So he said, actually the PhD thesis is that how can one get motivated through Nishkam Karma? So I was intrigued that what exactly it is. So he was telling some of his mental speculation that all our desires are there, it is n to the power x. So I was asking what is n, what is x, kindly elaborate. So other thing, so people try to understand God on their own terms. They try to use their own mental speculation. But Lord can only be understood through the Vedas. This is the meaning of Chandomayam Deha. So we are over time, we'll end here. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Samved Gaur Bhaktivinoda ki jai. There is one question Prabhuji asking. Verse number 42. Acha. So Prabhuji is asking that there Kṛṣṇa is telling Tushtoham Bhojadat Duja Shrestha, 42 number slok. Satya Santu Manoratha Chandansi Ayatayamani Bhavantu Iha Paratracha. So, chandansi ayat yamani. The Vedic knowledge will remain fresh to you. It will never lose its meaning in this world and in the next. So, in the purport, there it is mentioned that this word, chandansi ayat yamani. This word is explained in the purport. So, yam is a meaning, is a unit of time. We heard about Ashtayam Leela or Ashtaprahar Leela. So, Ashtayam means in a day there are 8 yam. 8 into 3 is 24. So, 1 yam is equivalent to 3 hours. 3 hours duration is called yam. Yat yam means the 3 hours have passed. Yat means passed. Beet gaya. So, yat yam means 3 hours have passed. Ayat yam means 3 hours have not passed. So, this ayat yamani is an adjective to the word chandansi. Chandansi means the Vedic knowledge. The Vedic knowledge will remain so fresh to you as if you have learned it within 3 hours. Sometimes we hear something just now, then it remains very fresh in our mind. Abhi padh ke, just now we have studied. So ayat yamani means the Vedic knowledge will remain so fresh in your mind as if you have read it within 3 hours. So one analogy is given in the purport about the prasad, that when we offer bhoga to the Lord, 3 hours should not pass, otherwise it is considered stale. So the reason is this only. Yatayam means 3 hours have passed. Ayatayam, 3 hours have not passed. The Vedic knowledge will remain so fresh as if you have learnt it within 3 hours. 3 hours also have not passed. Whenever you try to recollect the Vedic knowledge, it will remain so fresh in your mind. Okay. Hare Kṛṣṇa. Śrīla Prabhupāda ki jai. Samved Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Nitāya Gaur Premanande Hare Hare Kṛṣṇa.